All right, welcome everyone to session 42 of New Horizons. We have a recap this time from Saoirse's perspective.
All right, buckle up, buttercups. It's going to be fun. All right. In my good spirited attempt to give Java a break from doing our recaps, I was voluntold that since it was my bright idea, I would get to go first. So, last time when we were attempting to get back to the Prudence, maybe plus one ship, things didn't go quite according to plan, and all sense of decorum or order hit the fan. I forgot how terrifying Nero is in close combat. I'm also really disappointed to realize we may never need to use my prosthetic arm as a weapon, since Nero always has her weapons at the ready. Thankfully, I was able to get off Java's handcuffs and to get close enough to touch and heal Nero. Stars alive, I don't know how we're going to get out of this one. Perhaps, though, let's see. Oh, yeah. Then after I was able to heal Nero and move on Hammer, it's his new name for the moment, just brained the guy with his cuffs and then said, "Oh no, I didn't mean to kill him." Well, what in the world was he thinking would happen? But also style points for sure. Maybe I could convince Java to run with my armed and dangerous plan if Nero never gets around to it. After providing us some temporary telekinetic cover, I finally was able to focus on taking out someone instead of uncuffing someone, which was nice. And it also meant once Mr. Powersuit fell, it just left us and our new ally. His name's Farouk. I'm hoping we can gather another ally to take over the ship, but even just one more person is a welcome help right now. Here's hoping I can remember his name. Nero's jumped forward as well as Java, leaving me with new guy, whatever his name is. And then the air suddenly started to get sucked out of the cabin. Who does that? Any sort of guilt I felt at taking over this ship just got sucked out with the oxygen. Once I get this vac suit on, it is game over.
Nice.
All right. Very well done. Thank you, Saoirse.
Thanks. So oh my. So who is in charge of doing the recaps for this time?
Let's see. Why don't we just go in order? Um, kind of mirror the Fabe stuff. Can be Dex next time.
I am still calling not it. I'm sorry.
Okay, that is allowed. You may abstain if you wish.
Yeah.
Ethan, then.
Oh no.
Is Ethan willing?
Yeah, I guess so.
All
Oh
right.
no.
Ethan is great at just sounding mildly concerned about something that he may be much more concerned about, but
Also, by the way, Avery, thank you for the tip of starting the recap session notes in recap notes and then just editing it as the session went, because that was really helpful.
Oh yeah.
'Cause then
Wouldn't
I
do it
didn't have
any
to
other way.
transfer it. I didn't have to be like, okay, now it's time for next week's session, time to transfer my notes. It was just all right there.
And you can just like add little snippets as you go and
Indeed.
then go back and like really do it up whenever you're ready.
oh yeah. All right. Well, let's dive on in then. Let me just that's settled. Okay. Here we go. So, do we need to discuss or review anything before we jump right into Brother Nick's turn?
I don't think so. At least not on our side. It might be better for our side to wait until we start our turn to discuss.
Yeah. Robert, I guess for you guys, I'm fine with you guys kind of acting concurrently or whatever. Unless you're about, you know, if you get into a fight again, then the turn order specifically might matter. But um, at the moment, I guess I'll just review in case this wasn't clear. But Cade is maintaining control currently of uh, some of the. Well, he's maintaining control of the doors on the ship as well as the cameras, um, because he was locked out by whatever the Tupukans did on the ship and taking it over. We didn't define that very grittily, but yeah, that's what was happening so far.
Okay.
And I think Brother Nick was just indicating his intention. I don't know. Did he tell other people on the ship what he was thinking about doing? Um, I guess he started to tell Cade to close the external door and repressurize the cargo bay, but I think that's pretty much what we left off on. So I'm going to leave it in Robert's hands, not have made the decision for him.
Well, I think Cade will start closing the exterior door, and will come back at Brother Nick saying, "You sure you want me to pressurize it?" Just as confirmation.
Say, yes, I thought I'd have a chat with our new friend.
Comms will suffice. Okay, he'll start the pressurization process. He'll just drag it out a little bit.
Oh, okay. How long is it going to take, roughly? Then, I would. Let's see. I guess I don't know how long I would make it take normally.
I don't know. It's not like it's not gonna be like mechanically significant,
Yeah,
but
we're not in a
it's just
time.
gonna feel like it's taking a bit to the
Yeah,
guy
we're
inside.
we're not in a huge time crunch on your end, so I'm not super worried about it. We'll
Okay.
just say for the purposes of these rounds, quote unquote, um, next time we come back to uh, you guys, we can be done with it. Does Cade want to do anything else in the meantime?
I don't know of anything else that would be useful to the crew at this point. So I guess I could always hold any sort of additional action till later if necessary, but
Um, I guess you might want to try to you know, break through and regain full control of the ship. Uh, that's
okay.
that's
Well,
something that he could do with his hacking ability if you'd like.
sure. I'll have him hack in and work towards regaining control.
Okay. Then go ahead and give me a hack skill check, well, a program skill check using your 3d6. Very nice. All right.
Subpar roll though, but it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, which reminds me, I believe last time I may have used his reroll. Trying to double check that quickly. There was a lot of rolling going on. Okay, I haven't found it, so I'm gonna walk that back because I don't see where I ever rolled the second time for you in this situation. It must have been a couple sessions ago. Okay. Anyways, that's gonna do the trick. So by next round, you will have broken through their lockdown on the ship controls, and you'll be back into your own control of the ship.
So
Let's see. Okay, you hear more weapons fire from inside the cargo bay. Um,
Hmm.
sounds like it's impacting on the door to the engineering room where Cade is. And it is not void carbine fire.
Uh-oh. This guy, man. Or woman, don't want to judge.
This person of personhood.
This person indeed. All right. Yeah, and Ahmed is at in the pilot's chair, poised to take over piloting the ship in whatever way he is instructed to do so. So, meanwhile, back on the Tabukan frigate. Nero and Java and Saoirse have recently all suited up, narrowly avoiding death by depressurization. Most narrowly in Java's case, as it has been, but and they are not currently being menaced by anyone, though they do know, last they checked anyway, behind the closed doors at the southern end of this map. I guess what's that? The port. No, sorry. Oh, ship terms. I
Get it
believe.
Aft.
together,
Yeah.
GM.
What is it? The stern is the back.
Aft.
Aft.
Pretty
Oh,
sure it's aft.
is the direction.
Yes.
Yeah, aft is near the stern. You're right. So, aftward, behind that door, there was crewmen at the engineering station, but that door is shut at the moment. It's an iris valve, so it's not a typical sliding door like you're used to. And in fact, those are what
Not like the other sliding doors, okay? This is
the-
like a cool sliding door.
exactly. And similar valves separate you from the upper deck at the port and starboard sides of the marshalling area here. So, what's Nero doing?
Can we have a moment to discuss as players, just to refresh ourselves and remind plan?
Suppose if you must.
Yeah. So let's not forget about Farouk. If we want him alive, we need to save him now.
Yeah,
Yes.
not forgetting about him. Don't worry.
Okay. I'm pretty sure. I think I mentioned this last time, but I'm pretty sure that the D20 the DM rolled was damage to him, not his saving throw. So he just took a lot of damage. And do we?
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry.
I
Go
guess
ahead.
I will interject just to say that Saoirse can tell by looking at him, he is down for the count. Like he is in critical condition at the moment,
Mhm.
and will need some life-saving help immediately.
Okay.
And yeah,
Unfortunate.
So once we resolve the Farouk situation, how do y'all feel about kind of regrouping and then going up together, maybe trying to get into engineering and put some pain on those engines? Just I don't know if Java's tinkery fixing skills are up to par. I don't know where they're at right now, but if we can, we might be able to do something about the engines, stop them from engineering, or just go straight up, meet whatever resistance they'll have put up by then, because they're almost certainly putting up some kind of fortifications for us right now. And as soon as we weather those, assuming we weather those, have someone that's good at talking and tactics and military and leadership stuff, trying to talk them down that we just walked through their lower decks, and we will do the same for the upper deck if they don't surrender.
Well, that sounds ideal. I will say that in this situation, I don't feel like would we regroup necessarily, or would we be in a situation where we now have to clear the ship? Right?
Yeah, that's definitely a consideration. It's entirely possible for Nero to just go straight up and start killing more people. Danielle? I feel like I ran over
Sorry.
you.
No, you're okay. Y'all can. I'm good for taking a back seat on this decision.
Okay. I thought I'd heard somebody say something, so I didn't know who I ran over.
I feel like we would clear this level of the ship
Mhm.
and then proceed towards the helm. That's what my brain feels like Java's subconscious would be telling him to do.
Okay. And to be honest, that probably sounds like something Saoirse might say, also having that military background. I don't want to put those thoughts in Saoirse for you, but seems reasonable. So,
So, I mean, we give Saoirse a chance to heal Farouk. We clear the rest of this floor. We proceed to the next floor, and we kill all those guys too. I mean,
Yeah, I think it feels like Farouk. Um, I think that Saoirse's values would keep her from just abandoning Farouk.
Okay.
Like she would definitely want to heal him, put a vac suit on him, whatever vac suit helmet.
Good.
So that I think what Avery said is probably the way that she'd want to do it.
All
I
right.
guess one thing that I want to kind of call out that we may have thought about as characters. Farouk has told us that there are other people that are
Yeah,
on
he
our
has
side.
one person, I think he said, that might be on our side, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. And we don't know, we wouldn't know how to tell that person from anyone else unless they flat out told us. So we may end up killing someone that we shouldn't.
No, they'll have a blue dot on them.
So they were on the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did mention they were on the bridge.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that would give Nero any sense of like a need for discretion, I guess, or not. I'm just throwing that out there as something to consider.
Yeah.
I think when she meets more troops, she's gonna do the same thing. She's going to, basically come at them again with the surrender or I will kill you. And I mean, it's what she knows.
Definitely do whatever Nero would do. Just throwing it out there.
Do you think she should handle that differently? Is that a bad way of flushing out the?
I mean, we can't tell you how to play your character.
No,
like you know Nero better than anyone else. I think if Java or Saoirse saw her going like maybe a little too bloodthirsty, they might say something, but that's an opportunity for like our characters, you know what I mean, to speak up and say,
right.
hey, like too far, like that's not necessary, like calm down kind of thing.
No, I'm not asking for for you to change what I'll do with Nero. Just help me brainstorm, I guess. If there's
Oh yeah.
if there's a different way that might be better to go about that, throw it out there, and I'll decide if that's something Nero would do.
I don't feel like anything is reasonable in this situation aside from trying to get compliance from the people that remain.
Okay.
I will interject briefly just to point out that Saoirse will have quite a difficult time trying to stuff an adult man who's fading in and out of being alive into a vac suit.
Even
So,
with
Right, but
telekinesis?
I think we talked about
yeah,
her putting the. Okay, sorry. What?
yeah, she could getting the helmet on him to help him breathe would mitigate it a little bit, but he's still going to be dealing with decompression. All right, sorry, depressurization.
Would her
Unfortunately,
telekinesis help short, weak little Saoirse?
You typically can't use that on people.
Okay.
Well, they're
And
currently a body, so
so
does it really count?
the problem with that is that if he takes damage while he is mortally wounded, then he's dead.
Yeah.
So she's gonna have to bring him back to life each round. If he goes down,
Ooh,
um,
hiss.
in order
Who
to keep him
hiss?
from dying. So
I'll say that Java did kind of run off, assuming that he was leaving suits for the two of them. So unless there is a way for Nero to know or for Saoirse to give us some indication that she needs help, I don't think he would know.
I keep forgetting this detail. I'm gonna write it down this time. Did we have our like we left our comms, right? Dang, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we ran off, leaving them suits.
you don't think that Nero or Java would go check on Saoirse and him to make sure that they
Ah,
actually made it?
listen to the voice of reason. That actually is sensible.
I'm just
And
saying.
not even being sarcastic there. That actually is sensible.
You guys do what you want to do, but I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
Java's kind of in. I don't know that Java would, but if Nero did, he would definitely go with her.
Okay. So one last question, then and then we should probably jump back in. Does this door look like the kind of thing that Nero's eel skin would be able to break into?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Um. Okay. I guess it's Nero's turn. So, GM, will you allow us a brief bit of conversation with between Nero and Java? With
Yes. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they can go put the helmets together and talk, and then they can also they could probably see in the suits that they're in now.
Now Nero
Well,
would
let's
know
see.
how to do
These
that.
are okay. Yeah, and these are actually not like the typical helmeted suits. It's got like a Well, let's see. I'm trying to think how I'd even describe this. I guess it's like a it's like the old timey ideas of um spacesuits where like the whole helmet is a bubble. And the whole thing it basically like gets shot out and then hardens after you pull it in place,
Hmm.
kind of inflated, some cool high tech material or whatever. Because
Okay.
it typically, like normally, it just looks like think kind of like almost like a Star Trek suit where it's just kind of simple and minimalistic kind of uniform, but then in an emergency situation, it can also function as a vac suit for a short while.
Okay. So yeah, Nero will move to Java and pull his helmet to hers and uh talk through to him. I'm going through that door. Go check on Saoirse.
Okay. Will you be okay?
Yes.
It's the most Java Nero interaction I've ever experienced.
Okay.
And
All right.
Channeling a little Ramus there. Okay.
And are you okay with that, Avery?
Yeah, he's just. Are you gonna be okay? And as soon as you say yeah, he's like, cool, trust
Yeah.
you.
Nero comes on over here and um Jimmy's the lock.
All right. Give me another. Well, spin another system strain, and let me see that. I guess you're making a sneak roll. I'm assuming.
Yep. Sneak with Dex, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Wow.
Nice. That'll do it. Okay, so with a bzzzt, the power on the door is overridden, and you can trigger the manual thing. You know, basically push a lever and help the door uniris,
Okay.
unspiral, I guess.
Is there a rifle looking at her? The door.
Sure hope not.
There is not. In fact, there is no depressurization, change in pressure differential or anything like that. So apparently,
Oh.
the engineering room was also depressurized, and she
Yikes.
is staring at a crewman sitting at the engineering uh, console here. He's turned his chair around to you and has his hands out.
Okay. Uh, she can't take any more actions, I don't think. But as just a quick instant to show that she understands his gesture, she will retract the clause.
Okay, cool. He seems to relax somewhat visibly at that, though maintaining his posture. Let's see. The eel skin is an instant action. Wait, let's see. No, that's a. No, never mind.
It's using
I
a
was
skill
starting to
check, I
read
assumed,
the.
as a main.
Yes, yeah, I was starting to read the part where it adds damage to a punch attack. But yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, doing it with this as a lock picking mechanism would be your main action. All right,
Yeah.
very good, Nero. Saoirse.
Saoirse's going to. Can Saoirse put the helmet on him and heal him in one round, or no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
she
because
can.
her healing is on turn, um, so that can just happen on her turn for free.
Okay.
So if you'll click that thing on at the top of your list there that is just the heals 2d6 plus 6, um,
Okay.
then that'll get us the
Ah,
or it should, if it works like I think it will.
hold on. Every time I go back and forth between Discord and Roll20 is super zoomed out.
Huh.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
That's odd.
heal, and then I click it. Modifier no, submit. Actually,
No.
oh wait, no, sorry. You
No, it's
said
under your psychic
2d6.
techniques. There should be one at the top of the list that's just got the healing listed on it.
Is it Psychic Sucker that just has the
Mhm.
healing? That's what you meant? Sorry.
Yes.
Might be.
You're okay. Oh, nice. That worked great. So healed him up. So he gasps, uh, taking in a breath. His his color quickly returning to him, as he looks very distressed and out of place. He looks very confused as Saoirse's getting oh yeah, we'll say so. Yeah, this is one of the suits that's a more traditional vac suit. So it's got the separate helmet and then the bulkier suit to get into. So you can stick the helmet on him and get it to something of a partial seal, and so
Hmm.
he's kind of gasping, catching his breath here, but clearly
Right.
still suffering a lot of pain from the lack of pressure and atmosphere in the room.
She'll just go, Grand, help me get the rest of your suit on.
All right. He is fumbling, trying to help get himself out of his armor and into the suit. Let's see here. Okay. he he is able to maintain his consciousness. Oh, actually, wait.
Ugh, I don't like hearing that.
Hold up, wait a minute. Let me walk that back a moment.
Put a little spicy in it.
All right, let's.
Got to
If
roll
you
low on
refrain
one
from
d20 and
doing
high
that,
on the
that'd be
other one.
great.
Well, he is looking. He's looking more his own color, but as he's fumbling, trying to get his armor off, his hands go kind of fumbly, and then you see his eyes roll up in the back of his head, and he flops back down, limp.
But he's just unconscious at this point, right?
Yes, and
Yeah.
Saoirse could probably tell that difference with a pretty quick observation, but he is in a bad way.
Oh, not fun.
Java.
Quick question: is this contract still up in the hallway?
Is what still up in the hallway?
Yes.
Oh, that. It would be, yes. It's just like a half height, like a waist
Can't.
high wall or so.
It can. Is it visible?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. Then Java's gonna rush back. How
Okay.
far would he make it though?
He could make it 10 meters and still have an action, or he can make it all the way and then just be there trying to help Saoirse get Farouk's armor off of him and get the suit onto him.
He can do both of those things.
Well, I just mean he's gonna start. He can get up there and start helping, but no, he won't have any actions
Yeah, he's
left this
just
turn.
gonna get up there and ask, "You guys okay?"
Does it look like I'm okay?
And next turn he'll help put the suit on.
Nice. Yeah, so the guy in the room with Narrow just he kind of scoots his chair a little bit away from the console and keeps an eye on you, just watching to see what you'll do, but he's keeping his hands out um, in a clear sign of surrender.
Can Narrow mime to put on handcuffs?
Does she have handcuffs?
No. But can she mime it anyways?
She can, yeah, she can make that the gesture for like putting your hands together, and yeah, I can see a gesture she could make for that.
Okay. Yeah. She'll do that, and that's just kind of in response to him seeming to inquire what she wants him to do.
Yeah, so he'll ostentatiously look down at himself, put his hands out together like that, and then just shake his head and shrug.
She will nod thoughtfully.
Hmm.
It's almost like if he could hear her, there was a hmm.
Nice.
Although with
All
Nero, it
right.
was more of a huh.
As she would. All right, so back on the Prudence. The cargo bay has been repressurizing, but a bit slower than Brother Nick would have expected. And Cade has been hacking into the Prudence's systems to regain access, full administrator access, and he has succeeded. What is Brother Nick gonna do now that because he's gotten the thumbs up that the cargo bay is pressurized again?
GM there.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the guy would have started shooting, Cade would have sped up that pressurization a bit. Like, Nick, would you take care of that, please?
All right. And yeah, so Cade has full control over the ship's systems at this point. And Brother Nick also he could have restored access for Brother Nick to be able to open doors and stuff like that with the control panels. So assuming he would have done that.
Yeah,
is
he'd
Brother Nick
open
gonna
the doors for Ben. Or for Brother Nick, sorry.
Okay. All right, so Brother Nick can step through the opening door to the cargo bay. What's he
Oh, I
going
don't know
to?
if he wants to go through just yet.
Okay.
I think we're gonna try talking to him first.
Okay.
The threat of a second venting.
Got you. So do you want to? Okay. What do you want to say then? Because you
Yeah,
can
so he
use
would
like
just
a comm system.
approach the closed door, and then using the comms to say, if you're willing to stop shooting and talk, we can have a conversation. Otherwise, we'll try venting you a second time. Maybe this time it'll stick.
Alrighty.
Do I need to roll talk? Or is he
You
just
do
doing morale? Okay.
go ahead and roll me a talk skill check. If you're willing to dedicate your main action to this
Yeah, that's
effort.
good. I was figuring this would be my main action. Charisma, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Ooh.
What I get? Ooh. That's pretty
Very
good.
nice. 12 will cut it. Okay. You hear the weapons fire cease. And you hear a projected reply from the suit's speakers. What exactly do you have in mind?
Yes, that'll be for next turn.
You can go ahead and have another back and forth.
Okay, I'll tell him the way I see it, your options are limited. One, you can take off that suit now and surrender to me. 2, we try cycling that cargo bay door a few times until it gets the job done. Or 3, I come in there and I take that suit off you one sword strike at a time. Your choice of which option.
All
I
right.
always appreciate the tone with which Brother Nick delivers these lines. It's always very matter of fact.
All right. The moment you hear silence from the other side. And is there anything Cade would like to be up to?
He'll just have his finger right on the button to close the door that Brother Nick is talking from and open the other to space the dude. Basically, a
Okay.
quick 1-2 tap.
I think we slightly modified what had happened. I think Ethan was saying he would have wanted to leave that door shut.
Okay.
He was just speaking to the guy through the comm system of the ship, but you could hear the him shouting from inside the using the suit speakers to project. You could hear him through the door still, since there's
Yeah, so he's
atmosphere now.
just ready
Ready to
for the
space
first sign
him.
of trouble to just space the dude.
All right, cool. All right, then that will conclude the happenings on the Prudence for the moment. Um. All right. Narrow.
I can't
Oh,
see
did I
narrow.
move you guys? I didn't move you guys back. Whoopsie. There we go.
Okay. Narrow will do a real quick sweep. She holds a hand up to the guy, kind of motioning that kind of a stay where you are motion.
Mm-hmm.
And she creeps in, looks both ways. She basically tries to sweep engineering.
Okay.
Make sure there's nobody else hiding in here.
All right. She can do so, and yeah, she can cover both sides in one move and see that there's nobody apparently in any of those little nooks or crannies around either of the
All right.
ship's engine drives.
I'm gonna move her there because with that done, I think she's going to walk back on over to this guy and motion him to follow her as she starts making her way back towards Saoirse and Java.
Okay. Cool. All right, Saoirse. I assume you're going to want to um, heal the guy again, as well as continue trying to get his armor off and his suit back on him.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and roll for those hit points again.
Okay. By the way, you'll all be very excited to know that the site I use for Irish slang words has updated for 2023.
Get you even more slang.
Yay!
Even more slang. Yay. Further not understanding what my captain is saying. Captain, my captain, if only you'd speak common.
I do so enjoy the blank looks Nero so frequently gives to Saoirse.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Let's see. So unconsciousness. This is not a case I've had to consider before. I guess I'd constitute that as an injury. Just uh, yeah, just of us tracked in a slightly different way than typical injuries in Stars Without Number. But yeah, so I think her healing would restore him from that condition as well. So he briefly regains consciousness.
This poor guy.
Yeah.
I'm alive. It hurts. Oh no, I'm dead. I'm alive. It hurts. Oh no, I'm dead.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, come on. All right. um. Okay. That's actually okay. Oh.
Oh.
For a second, he's like, he comes to and is looking at her, and then he faints again.
This guy.
But
Saoirse's getting more annoyed.
come on, can you quit dying on me and just like man up and get your suit on?
Does he maybe get a bonus for having a helmet on, so he's not suffocating? He's just compressing.
Yeah, he that it actually saved him from being mortally injured again. But
Oh, that's fair enough.
he is still. All right, but between Java and Saoirse and Farouk's momentary help himself, you are able to finally get him out of the suit he's in, and say Saoirse's telekinesis actually. I realize it could have helped in holding up the suit in a ready position to slip his legs into and all that. So then she and Java can hoist him up and suit him.
All right. She's gonna tell him that he needs to. She needs him to suck it up a little bit.
Okay, well, he would probably respond if he were conscious at the moment. His
That's
head
not
lolls to the
gonna
side.
start. That's not stopping Saoirse from yelling at him, especially. Don't mind me, just gonna yell at your unconscious body.
Yeah. All right, and yeah, so as Nero goes to pass this door, um, the she feels just a brief, touch on her shoulder, um, very light, um, and if she turns around to check, she would see this Navy seaman pointing at the door uh, to their right here, and pointed himself, and then that door.
Huh. Okay.
Wow, that'll be. I'd give you a moment if you wanted to, lean over helmet to helmet and try to talk to this guy for a second. I'd let you.
I think I know what he's trying to say.
Okay.
And I think it's reasonable reasonable enough that Nero would.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
yeah, well, she'll turn around and helmet up to him, and just what?
There's another of our crew in there. Figure if you're rounding people up, you might not like surprises. So, yeah,
That is not
you,
what I thought he was
you
saying.
shouldn't He shouldn't be armed though, so just no guns blazing.
Is this a door that could just be pushed open, like with the latch and stuff?
It's a sliding door, and it is a powered one, but you suspect that he might be able to open it for you.
Okay, yeah, she'll uh tell him okay, open it, bring him out.
All right. So I guess here on his turn, he'll go ahead and open the door, and then just you'll both look in, and seeing this is another just
These
like a
poor
little
guys.
crew quarter thing. This guy is also bubbled up, and he sees the two of you looking in through the door at him. He's just puts his hands up and looks very very nervous, but also very resigned to his fate at the moment.
Hmm,
No resistance in him.
they
Yep.
say.
Nero motions him to follow along.
All right.
Join the train.
Does she perhaps have a flute on her hand?
Oh my word.
Would you count 2 claws that make holes in things and those things make noise as a flute?
uh, that is a very disturbing thing to consider.
Description.
No, that does not count. All right. Anyway, moving on. Past fleshy flutes. Back to Brother Nick. So he hasn't heard a response in a few seconds from inside the cargo bay. There's also been no weapons fire, so
Yes, he'll message him through the comms and say, "Have you come to your decision?"
um after a brief pause, you'll hear um, I want your word that I'll be treated well and be delivered back to Tabuk, or at least given safe passage somewhere off your ship.
Yeah, I'll say, you have it. We've treated your other crew members who've surrendered honorably, as we have with prisoners we've taken in the past. Rest assured, you will be treated fairly, and that hopefully, when the war is over, we will do everything in our power to return you to Tabuk.
All right. He's definitely still sounding hesitant, but go ahead and give me another talk check.
Okay.
Oh, very nice.
And I re-roll the one. Does this count as diplomacy?
Oh yeah, it does. We've done that before.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, it balances out.
I'll say that was gonna be hard to improve on.
Mhm.
But yeah, um, he says, "All right, I think I believe you. But you better stick to that, or I'll haunt you. And
I'll hunt you. Jeez.
he you hear the somewhat ostentatious clatter of a weapon being tossed to the ground in the cargo bay.
Oh my.
Are there cameras in the cargo bay? Sure, we can check that he's actually making good on his promise.
Yeah, there are. Cade has access to those.
Yeah, Cade will watch him throw it down and say, "Okay, he threw his weapon down, Brother Nick. Do you want me to open the door?"
Yeah, Cade will see him. He had actually moved to standing in front of the door that Brother Nick was at, but he's you'd see the ground, the weapon on the ground in front of him by the door.
Oh, okay. I was
He actually,
saying that he needed to doff his power armor.
yeah, and you had so he
However
would,
long that'll take him. I don't know.
yeah, Cade will see that he started working at fasteners and stuff. It looks like a fairly involved process. All right. Back to Narrow.
All right. Nero leads her train of ducks. I mean, Tobukans.
No my.
Okay, where to?
Oh, actually, it looks like she can go take them all the way. Go take them into the previous prison lounge.
Okay.
Out of the turns table.
All right.
And
Did you?
what's that?
I was just gonna double check. Were you intending to check the medical
Uh,
room before you?
did do either of them tap her on the shoulder? You know what? Actually, she was doing a sweep, so yeah, I think she will. My bad.
Okay.
I was being me impatient and rushing things, not Narrow impatient.
It's all right.
So she brings them over to open the door here too.
Okay. And we can fairly well fast forward that. One of them will reach forward, open the door for you, um, like reach and gesture in to someone
They're
that
gentlemen.
she can see in there. There's another crewman who is ducked down, hiding behind the little desk there, and she'll be she now has a trio following her.
Fantastic. Well, while
The
we're
Pied Piper Narrow.
right, while we're looking at things, were any of these doors closed, or were they all open?
Those doors are all open at this point,
Okay, good, good.
so she can do a glance in. She goes,
Okay.
the yeah. All right. Has Saoirse let that force construct go yet? Blah, blah, blah.
I assumed so, but
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
she
hadn't said anything about her about it before now. If I needed to be holding on to it, I don't know.
no. So it's something. If I'm remembering correctly, I may be making this up, but I think you hold on to it. What was seen?
I think it
Yeah,
is.
it lasts
It's
until the end of the scene, until the psychic dispels it, or until it's destroyed. So
Mm.
you can basically just let it go at any point if you want. But we're still all in the same scene. So yeah, if she would have let it go, then it can be gone.
Be gone, bot.
All right. So Saoirse, back to you.
Neato. Okay.
You will need to heal up your buddy at least one last time. Now that he's
Well,
fully sealed inside his suit.
guess we're gonna start there, huh?
hmm And that's an on-turn action, so you still got your full repertoire available to you.
All right. After she heals him that last time, she's gonna push up on her knees to stand up and look at Java and ask him how he's doing.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
mean,
she's close enough. She can helmet bump.
he would probably
Helmet.
just let her know he's aight.
What is helmet bump?
Oh, so there's no atmosphere, and so for sound to travel, you've got to have the helmets touching.
I'm assuming she doesn't know that at first.
Okay, yeah, she
let's-
may not have had to deal with this specific situation.
yeah. So she's going to be trying to talk to Java, and Java's not going to know what she's saying, obviously.
Read her lips. Her Irish accent lips.
What does Java do if like it just goes on and on of her like not getting what needs to happen? Like would Java know what to do?
Nero showed him what to do, so he just put his head up there and ask what she wants him to do.
So he'd like just like hit the forehead of his
Yep.
or like
Yep.
okay. Saoirse's face is gonna look so concerned when he does that until she can hear what he's saying and then she realizes, "Oh, okay. Got it." So she looks weirded out and then she goes, "Ah, new things needed to be done. Got it." So, now that she realizes that, um, she would have asked him if he's okay. He would have said he's fine.
He would have like said, "Yeah, I'm fine. Not my best, but I'm fine."
Okay. So she's gonna, at that point, she's gonna ask him, where Nero went.
Java is just gonna look at her and then say, I don't know, that way?
He might not hear her sigh as much as see her sigh heavily.
She told me to come check on you. I didn't ask her where she was going.
Well, that's
Maybe I
fair.
should have.
Probably. It's generally helpful to find out where she's going.
We
On
can
that
find it.
note,
It's not a big place.
no, it's just, crawling with people ready to vent us out the side of the ship.
I'll ask next time.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Let's just get going. I'm getting a crick in my neck.
So is she gonna head out towards the main area of the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Surprise!
so she'll come in, turn around the corner, face to face with Nero and her little trio of ducklings.
She's gonna kind of jump back. She's like,
All three of them have their hands kind of crossed on top of their little helmet bubbles.
All right. Saoirse would ask Nero what is going on.
Can we helmet bump?
Yeah, and what I'll do at the moment,
I'm gonna say Saoirse does not remember to do that
Oh,
for a while.
okay.
since I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys just kind of do stuff out of turn order at the moment until you
Okay.
decide to go. And if things get to the point where initiative needs to be rolled again, we'll go back. We'll just do a couple minutes for each ship before we go back and forth.
All right. Well, then, as Saoirse is flapping her lips silently,
Well,
Nero uh, escorts the ducklings in and points them to this couch.
oh gosh.
And after the last one is passed through, she'll push these two guys into the hallway here so that they're not, like staring at the dead guy right next to him.
Okay.
That's awfully considerate of her.
What about the other two dead guys?
They're far enough away. They're fine.
Okay.
These guys probably haven't developed object permanence yet.
Oh my stars.
Very nearsighted too.
And she'll huddle up with Java and Saoirse, bump helmets with both of them, drawing Saoirse into it if she's just standing there.
Saoirse is gonna look incredibly awkward because she has no idea.
She just pulls Saoirse in
going
by the
on?
collar.
Saoirse's like, I'm pretty sure I saw this in a holovid one time.
We need communications, and we need to go to the top deck.
Seems fair enough. Do we know where Farouk's friend is?
And you can you can turn and see Farouk kind of slowly stumbling over towards where you guys are. Let's see.
Stumbling. She's gonna be bitter. She healed him so many times.
Well, it doesn't seem like it's necessarily a purely physical response at this point.
Mm.
But oh yeah, if you guys wanted to collect over there, he could walk slowly over to join the little helmet huddle,
Okay.
Oh my.
and he'll say, "Well, that was certainly something.
I'm
Don't
glad you're
quite
alive.
Yes, I think I am too. Um,
Yeah, think.
what are we doing right now? What is your plan?"
Saoirse's just gonna mutter, reconsidering my life decisions. And then meaning resuscitating him. But
Life
she's
decisions.
then going to yeah. She's then gonna move on to saying,
Rooms.
we're trying to make sure that we've haven't forgotten your one friend you said you might have on the ship. Is he one of these
Yeah, of course.
three?
No. Glances over. No. He- He's on the. He was on the bridge last I knew. Have you gone above deck yet?
No.
No, they're waiting for
Okay.
us.
Well. He thinks for a moment. Then he steps out and glances down the hall. Seems to be like mentally counting. He says, "Where's the other suit and soldier?"
He made it up the lift, or actually, he went down, didn't he?
Yeah, the lift only goes down.
Oh, okay.
Which Farouk would have. He would just tell you that. You might not have actually known that.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, then she'll just say, got in the lift.
Good. So then, you said he, but only which one? The suit?
Yes.
Okay. Then he, for a moment, he said, then at most they have 2 soldiers above deck. Um, the rest are crewmen. They have some uh, carbines, but uh, they will have seen everything that happened down here. And as long as you are forceful, I don't believe they'll stand up to you for long, if at all.
Can you get us if I think Nero just said as can you get us on comms with each other?
Yeah, he glances at each of you, looks at your suits, and then let's see. Yeah, he he reaches to each of your collars and there squeezes like a little what looked like it might have been just little a few decorative um not exactly pins but studs, I guess. And he squeezes one on one of your suits, and you suddenly hear a brief crackle of microphone activating, and with a couple more quick presses, he apparently synchronizes all your suits, um, and then he says, still in the helmet huddle, now if we he explains you know press a certain one to turn on your microphone, again to turn it off, that kind of stuff. But he says, before we start using these, I should advise you that if those above uh, decide to, they could listen in on this frequency.
Okay.
What? Don't just say okay to that.
It's good to know.
I'm afraid there's nothing I can do about it with the equipment at our disposal. And he glances up in one corner of the room. I suspect they are already very aware of my position in this, but they do not know that there's another among them. So once we turn these on, please do not mention again the fact that I have a friend uh, among the crew upstairs.
If they fight, how do I recognize him?
Ah, he thinks for a moment. I suspect he will know well enough to surrender. He will at least not attack, knowing that I have made my move. So just don't kill anyone that doesn't attack you, if you can help it.
Bersha snorts when he
I'll,
says that.
I'll point him out as soon as I see him. He would have been in one of the gunner uh, at one of the gunner consoles, but uh, perhaps they might have moved him to try something.
Okay. We need to hurry.
I agree. All right. So with that, he steps back and clicks his little lapel stud and says, "You should be able to hear me now. Let's get on with it."
Before he does that, so you said that the lift only goes down.
Correct.
And he said that the troops and soldiers are up.
Yes.
So Nero asks, how do we go up?
He says there's valve access by the engineering, and I'll point your attention to.
I see it.
There's a little dotted circle there. That is an iris valve in the ceiling.
Yeah, and these are in the floor.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay, perfect. um, still before the comms come on. Well, actually, I guess it doesn't really matter because Narrows isn't on yet. She still holding on to Sirsha and everyone. When that valve opens, can you block it so I can climb up and they can't kill me?
Seems simple enough.
She smiles a little
Uh,
bit.
So you're talking about like putting a construct up in the upper deck around the top of the ladder, basically, so you can get up there, up above the hatch without getting shot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that would be doable, as long as Saoirse's right there next to you with line of sight up there. Okay. Sounds like you guys have a plan. Let's bop back over to the Prudence here. I'm going to do the same thing with you guys. At this point, we'll lose turn order until, or unless it becomes necessary again. So the soldier in the cargo bay slowly but surely removes his powered suit and leaves it laying there on the floor, then backs away, um, leaving a couple other personal effects along with it, and puts his hand on his head. He does, though, stay away from the cargo bay door near a handhold, and he calls out, "All right, I'm done. You can come in and cuff me and take me wherever. We'll be far from a airlock if you wouldn't mind." And keeps glancing nervously at that cargo bay door.
Oh, rats. We had to borrow that first dude's cuffs last time. And I go check storage for zip ties or something like that.
Yeah, you can get something that you can improvise with.
Okay, so after procuring those, I will open the door and I slide those zip ties to him. Tell him to zip tie his hands up.
Okay. Yeah, he'll will kind of shake his head at that, and then bend down, pick those up, and bind his own wrists with them. And he pulls it, finishes pulling them taut with his teeth, and then stands here with his hands bounded together in front of in front of him. All right, where to, boss?
Okay. Yeah, I guess I will motion him to come towards me, And then I'll start to lead him towards the privy where we stuck the other guy.
Okay, you want to stuff them both in there?
All the rooms are used right now, and I'd hate to leave him in a room with stuff he could use, or somebody else's stuff that we can't get back up.
Yeah.
Oh
let's
wait,
see.
I had ransacked my room, so I guess I could toss him in my old bunk.
Oh my.
Since I already know it's empty. Okay, so we've got that. I will throw him in my bunk room.
Okay. Yeah, at some point we'll need to double check on the room assignments. I don't know if they've changed or maybe will change soon. Anywho, all right. So you've got him stowed away. Is there anything else you guys want to do to prepare before? Yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking, could Cade try to figure out what they did to the ship so that we could deploy it on their ship if our team needs backup?
You mean what they did to your
Yeah,
ship systems?
how they
Or-
hijacked it and locked it down. Because if the team needs backup on the next floor, Cade could always whip over and lock it down.
I'd say that it was part of kind of the part of like the what am I trying to say? The willing handover. Um,
Gotcha.
part of not making trouble was like here, you're commandeering the ship, so here you go. Um, and so it's something that he was able to hack through, but it's not something that you could put in place without having gained access already one way or the other. If it was granted, then easy enough. Otherwise, you'd need to end up you'd need to do some sort of like subvert a system kind of hack,
Okay.
and you'd have to
In
do
that case,
it.
he'll start preparing for one just in case.
Okay, yeah, it's because it's something definitely something he could do if he managed to get direct access to another ship's system. Okay, good deal then. And then I guess while I cut over to the others, you guys might want to be. Well, I guess you'll be able to decide on the fly if you need to about who's going to choose which role, um, which what am I trying to say, department to occupy for each of you, but you can always swap those out as needed. So if you'll be thinking about that beforehand. Okay, back to the other frigate. So, you guys have your plan in place, so you can all head over to the hatch to the upper deck.
Did you see Nero's pantomime?
Oh no, I didn't.
And basically just telling them stay put
Okay.
with hand gestures.
Fun.
Yeah, one of them will give her a thumbs up and then just kind of fold his hands in his lap and kick back.
All right.
The other two shakes his head and just sits back in his seat too. All right, so
Suppose I
Brooke is
should have
following
let you
along.
move me. But there you go.
Yeah. Excuse me. Farouk has taken up a void carbine. But he has he points out that the upper deck. He's not sure if the upper deck is going to be pressurized still or not. So might just be prepared for that if you go to open the hatch.
Gross.
Ah. And also earlier, I forgot that Nero could not have had her claws out, so her signal to him was to sheath the sword instead. Way past, but small
The
detail. Yeah.
important stuff.
Okay.
Then with that warning though, she will keep the sword sheathed and strapped in its sheath to securely to her person, and prepare to open the iris when Saoirse and Java are ready. Part of the plan is Java's coming up after her, right? Or is somebody staying back and watching the prisoners? Avery?
Did anybody want to stay back and watch the prisoners?
I would have thought Farouk would have been like the most obvious, but
They'll be okay. They saw what
I
happened.
don't know if we really want to put that on Farouk right now.
Yeah.
TBH.
Java will stay.
I think Java can join us. I really don't. Nero really does not think they're going to do anything.
Oh, that's famous last words, but okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, Saoirse's the voice of reason here.
I just
Well,
don't want
then.
to like
How
catch
did
you
that
out
happen?
of the last bit of action.
All right.
Saoirse would probably just tell them to go, and she'd watch the.
I need Saoirse for the telekinesis.
Oh, that's right.
Nero does not
Yep.
want to face however many guns they have up there without shield protection.
That's fair.
Can't Saoirse
Right.
just put him in a magic box?
Yeah, she could.
Can we just do that?
Do we have the effort? Are you
Great question.
I mean, depending on where they are, the putting a box around them would be the same effort as putting one to protect where Nero's going.
But we could put an invisible box around him and then
I
get him
have.
to check out that invisible box and then leave.
I only have 2 uncommitted effort right now.
do with
So
Java
I
will
would
stay.
say I think we just ask Java to stay with them.
Yeah,
Till Saoirse
works.
will tell him, just turn up the old Java charm. Make sure they really think that their best interest is staying with you.
Okay. As you leave, you see Java placing his helmet against one of theirs, but you have no idea what he said.
Oh no.
Oh
She's
boy.
wondering if saying to use his Java charms was the right thing or not.
All right. So
She
It's
doesn't
Nero-
know what he thinks his Java charms are. Whoops. Might be.
yeah. All right. So is Nero going to use her eelskin mesh again?
If Farouk can't open it himself, like if he can't do something to open it, then yeah, she will.
Yeah. If she gestures for him to try, he'll go ahead and go over. But when he tries, he just shakes his head. Says, "Nope, they've locked me out."
Okay. Then Nero, wedging herself against wall and ladder, positions her hand against the iris and lets another rip.
Okay. So that's one more systems train.
Yep.
And
It's actually starting to hurt.
Oh yeah, how's she doing?
She's got 3 left.
Oh boy. um. All right then. So, uh, Saoirse and okay, Saoirse's also there next to her. All right. I need both of you to give me evasion saving throws.
Oh, great. Evasion saving throws. Okay.
Woo!
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Twinsies!
Very,
Huzzah!
very nice. Oh my goodness. Okay. Max roll there. So you'll each just take 6 damage. Um, you were prepared, given Farouk's warning. So you had Nero had hacked the panel, but then dropped back down the ladder quickly, and both of you ducked to the side as several pieces of furniture, including a couple of chairs, like large sort of recliner type chairs, come shooting through the opening and crashing into the hallway
Gotcha.
with a rush of
Jeez.
air. Um, and as you can look up and just see through the opening, nobody peering down into the hall right now. Uh,
Hera makes
Saoirse
a
went.
dome gesture with her hand and starts climbing.
Okay. Saoirse's putting up a. Was she gonna put up another force construct then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So she'll commit another effort for the scene.
Yeah. Are you updating that or do you want me to update that?
I'd prefer if you did that.
Okay, cool.
You
Can do
just
that.
have the arrow up on the scene box, and it'll take care of it for your adjusting your total tallies.
There we go.
And then is this uh, another like semi-opaque one?
Mm,
No, fully opaque, I think. Right?
I don't know which. I don't know. There's benefits to both. Like the semi-opaque lets them see that Nero has come up and that she is protected, but an invisible one lets them expend their actions to shoot at her when she comes up, and it bounces off.
Hmm.
I guess
That's true.
the question becomes, do you want them to have the visual of, okay, yes, there is a shield there, or the visual of, we're gonna kill this crazy person. Oh no, we can't because of the shield. I guess the semi-opaque works better. It's a better message.
What say you?
I'm gonna let Dex decide.
All right, semi-opaque it is.
All right.
So, uh, as Nero climbs up through the ladder, and comes to stand, uh, straddling the hatch below her, she looks through the slightly opaque shield around her and sees a couple of crew, no, a couple of crewmen and one soldier who's now in a vac suit, with void carbines pointed at her. Um, give me a notice check from her.
You said from Saoirse or from Nero?
Sorry, from Nero.
Okay. Wow.
All right. Yeah, the two crewmen are shook, and the soldier behind them is not faring much better.
She as she stands behind this semi-opaque wall, um, she draws her
Oh.
sword halfway and
Mhm.
uses the other hand to point at them and then point to the ground.
All right.
You want me to, if you'll let me make a check for that, I'll certainly use my action for it. If we're
Yeah,
in combat.
yeah, that's allowed. And you can go ahead and use stab with charisma.
Yes, I like it. Oh, what?
She paints a pretty picture with those gestures. And in short order, uh, both crewmen slide their guns across the floor and put themselves prostrate with their hands on top of their little helmet bubbles. The soldier is briefly caught standing alone with his gun half raised before he then follows suit.
Ethan. All right. Um, I guess Nero will motion to Saoirse, all clear, and if the force field lowers, she slides her sword back into the sheath, all the way back in.
Okay.
And if the force field lowers, then she'll move in and move towards the nearest door she sees.
Okay. Let's see. There's a door behind her.
Okay.
Excuse me. A couple pair of doors there, and she can open both of those quickly enough to
Oh wait.
find.
All right.
Hmm?
Gotcha. Sorry, I was just gonna remember. Farouk said there was only one soldier and two crew up here.
No, he said there was at most two soldiers.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, you're good. So yeah, those crew chambers that you open up are uh, unoccupied. And there's doors to a sort of bathroom there.
Yeah. Uh,
Um,
I don't want to dominate the scene here. Danielle, did you want Saoirse to come up and do something?
I mean, I think she'd be just trying to like look up there to make sure that Nero was okay.
Okay.
She'd need to climb up to see anything at this point. Narrow's moved out of view.
Yeah. So she'd probably be getting increasingly nervous and then eventually just cave in and try climbing up the ladder, stairs, whatever it is.
Yeah, Farouk was edging closer, looking sort of curious. All right, so Saoirse can pop her head out through and see the state of things. Narrow's opening doors and doing a quick check. Um, she sees the three lying face down here.
She'll check this bathroom over here also.
Okay. Nobody in there either.
Comes back out and looks over at those guys.
All right, what you want to do with them? Already 7 till.
Then Nero will ask quickly. She's now she has her comms on. Where are the others?
One of the crewmen slowly reaches up to his neck, and then you hear a response. They're on the bridge. The captain, you'll probably have to subdue him.
Did he say seduce?
No, subdue. But I think the others will probably
I'm just gonna
surrender.
say that was in character.
Seduce him with her sword, but that actually kind of goes wrong with places. Anyways, thank you, Robert, for making it less awkward.
So,
you're welcome.
much less
Anytime.
awkward.
All right.
Always trust Robert to make it less awkward.
Hey.
It's okay. Didn't mean it. It's okay.
Do you have handcuffs?
What?
The soldier here does. He nods to the guy laying there on the ground.
Okay. Nero will approach the soldier and look for his handcuffs.
All right.
Carefully.
Yeah, you can find them easily enough.
Right. How many does he have? Just the one?
Yeah, there's the one pair.
All right. Well, she'll go ahead and put them on him then.
Okay. I was gonna say, if this is sort of retroactive, did you want to have been trying to collect handcuffs as you went?
It certainly would have been smart, but I don't think Nero would have been thinking about that.
Okay.
If Saoirse or Farouk was, doesn't sound like it.
Okay.
Um,
So she inside this guy. I guess you want to scoot these guys out of the way, put them somewhere.
Nero looks over at Saoirse, kind of a annoyed and confused look on her face.
Oh my.
We have a lot of prisoners.
Yeah, I noticed Miss Pied Piper over here.
They didn't want to die.
Aye, fair.
Well, she'll yeah, tell these guys to go ahead and come on into the crew double senior.
All right. They will file in there.
And
Without any weapons.
she'll kick those down to Farouk. Let him know that they're coming, of course. So, you know.
Okay.
And
Yeah. He'll
She'll-
take care of them.
poke her head in before she closes the door. I know you can unlock this door. Stay here. I don't want to have to chase you down.
Oh my.
They all nod in agreement.
Oh my.
And Nero stalks off towards this door.
All right.
It's locked again, isn't it?
It is.
She on the comms. Do I have to fry this door too?
Um, she, after a moment, she gets a response. If you do, you'll regret it dearly.
Oh my.
Well, narrow motion Saoirse to take cover.
Saoirse sighs, kind of put out, and just takes cover.
And Narrow grabs a hold of something firm. And then fries the door.
All right. With another system strain,
Oops, yep.
the door control is disabled, and she's able to use the manual override to force the iris to open.
It is at this point that if Nero had gotten the other cyberware that she wanted, or that I wanted for her,
Mm-hmm.
she'd be unhealable.
Oh no.
Because it takes 2 for some reason. I don't know why. So does anything happen to make Nero regret opening this door?
All right. Uh, she opens the door.
Dex, did you ask me a question? But because like I only heard part of what you said, and then there was a lot of silence.
Oh,
But if you asked Ben a question, that's fine.
no, I think the last thing that I've had that Nero's addressed towards Saoirse was basically telling her take cover.
Mm,
I don't. Everything else has just been at Ben.
okay, sorry, go ahead.
Although a coordinated well, no, you're low on effort. We need to let you keep that for emergencies. Yeah, no. So
Ben, in case it's relevant, Java did attempt an interrogation. I think we'll call it that.
That's fun.
fantastic.
I DM'd you a while back. I don't know if it's relevant.
Yeah. I was leaning towards probably not. Um. Uh,
Before anything too bad happens to Nero, just wanted to see if he got any
oh.
sort of information that may be helpful to her out of that attempt there. No, he did
No.
not.
All right. Yeah. So.
But he tried.
What she finds upon opening the door is all the crew. Most of them all stand, or I guess most of them at their consoles. One crew member just kind of standing in front of you, looking a bit nervous, but over his shoulder, Nero sees a thermal pistol leveled in her direction
Yikes.
and hears him yell the command, "Fire!" And I need another quick initiative roll from Narrow here.
All right. Do you want to clear that off before I roll it, or are you keeping that?
Yeah, I might as well clear it all.
Okay. Well, I'll take the 10.
Alrighty. Then she does get a she does win initiative here.
Okay. So she gets to act before they get to make any attacks.
Yeah, she goes first in initiative
All right.
here.
What I'm
Um,
hearing is that they may take snap attacks, but before she moves in, she takes a minute to unsheath her sword, and there's going to be a little bit of a bluff here. An action economy bluff in a sense. So
mhm.
what I'm thinking of doing is basically using her actual main action to make an intimidate check, and her regular action to just get into the center of everyone. Is that a possibility given the positioning and spacing?
Are you thinking in terms of using your shocking assault thing,
Um,
or whichever one it is that does the
yeah, I think that's on.
Savage Fray? I mean,
Oh, at the end of your turn. Yeah, I mean, I guess that basically works. Well, no, that doesn't work because she actually has to attack them. No,
yeah,
it really is more of a uh, I'm going to move into a position where they won't be able to effectively use those guns, and she is going to put on an absolute, or try to put on an absolute display of force, in just the bold move of jumping right into them with sword drawn. And also, of course, if you fight, you will die.
okay.
Is this plausible, or do you how do you want to adjudicate this?
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely use your main action to do some sort of kind of intimidation roll, and you can also move into the middle of them. Uh,
She does have close combatant, and is skilled at uh, very easily moving into combat and out of combat.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I was gonna say I don't think there'd be any issue with her um, going like moving through there anyway.
Okay.
She wouldn't have to move, past anybody out of like to the point of triggering a whatever reaction attack, whatever the
Right.
term is here. So let me just get that roll from you. I'll let you do another stab with charisma here.
Okay.
Okay, and as she begins to move, the captain desperately fires off a shot.
Yeah, I
Oh
figured he
no.
would.
You should have listened to the advice and seduced him.
What? That's what she was trying to do. That was a stab charisma you heard, Robert.
It's always funny when I think of that combo.
All right, if I can get this to click correctly. Oh wow.
Yep.
A nat 1, and also accounting for the minus.
Yeah.
Right, so hmm. Uh, an alarm goes off in the ship as the deafeningly loud burst from the thermal pistol's shot echoes through the ship, and the explosion of plasma into the bulkhead behind Narrow is sounds pretty devastating as well, but she'd managed to duck the shot with her quick reflexes, and now she's standing right up next to him, sword in hand.
She has a smile on her face.
She's like, yes.
All right, and
He's gonna reap the whirlwind.
all right. At this point, he uh, still has his arm extended basically past her, almost next to her head where she's standing now. But she, out of her peripheral, sees the gun drop and hears it clatter against the floor. And he slowly moves his hands back, still glaring at her. And says, "Very well. I surrender to you the ship."
Over the comms. I have 5 more prisoners.
All right. Very well done. Everyone else is kind of frozen at their consoles, hands off the the controls, looking at Narrow nervously.
She sheaths her sword.
And yeah, so at this point we can kind of scoot through that a little bit. If you guys would like to go ahead and get set up for the next phase of your plan, I think we
I
still
don't
got enough time
know.
to at least get started on
I
it.
kind of want to like go back to Java prisoners and maybe Cade and brother Nick like reestablish comms with them from this ship with the captain saying, "Hey, I've given the ship over. Like if you're one of my people, stand down," kind of thing.
What do you guys think?
Yeah,
What do you want to
I'm all
do?
for hearing for letting a couple other people take the spotlight. It's been mostly the Narrow show.
That's okay. I mean, like,
I mean, it's been fun for me, and hopefully it's been entertaining for y'all also. But
Who
I
needs your fight scene?
I do very much want to hear what Java's doing over there, and also what Brother Nick and Cade are doing over there.
Well, by
We
now
didn't
they've
really.
broken out the cards and are probably playing poker or something.
Yeah, we can see real quick what Java's up to. Does let's see. Would Saoirse be going to check on him, or trying to get him on comms?
yeah, sure. Hello, is this thing on?
Saoirse?
Hey, how's it going down there? Did you
Going
hear we
good.
have the ship?
It sounded like a big boom, so I figured you guys did something.
Yeah, well, that was pretty much Nero.
Is Nero okay?
I'll get back to you on that. Anyway, how are things going with the prisoners?
They're actually really cool guys.
Oh, uh, not exactly what I was expecting to hear, but you're all doing all right?
Yeah, we're bored. There's
You
nothing to
them.
do down here.
Gotcha. Well, we'll get right on that. Were you able to work your Java charms?
I mean, I asked them if there was anything they had to tell me, and they didn't really seem to know anything.
Ah,
They seem kind of dumb.
well, I'm sure you're in good company.
Wait a second.
No, I just meant you said they were a bunch of fun guys.
Oh,
You know what? I'm gonna check on the others. All right, talk to you later. Bye.
I'm imagining like, shh. Ah, you're breaking up.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going through a tunnel.
Yeah, Java's attempt at interrogation was practically useless.
Practically useless. Great.
Love to see the transcript from that.
That's
I mean,
my
it was-
fave for the session, by the way.
It was pretty much, I'll be honest with you, if your friends don't get along with my friends, then we might have some problems. So is there anything you want to tell me? And they said no, and he accepted that.
All right. Okay.
It helps that they looked very scared when they said that. So he felt like they were being honest.
Oh, good.
All right. So meanwhile, back on the Prudence. What have they been up to?
Cade's been preparing work for like a ship lockdown pack if they need it. I'm trying to remember, but wasn't there like a second ship out there somewhere?
There is, yes, another ship.
Okay.
And it is
So yeah, he
most
doesn't know what their plan is necessarily to handle it, but he's got a prototype, we'll say.
okay. Yeah, it's certainly
Shot
going
in
to
the
be
dark.
aware to some extent of what is going on. But exactly what it knows, you don't know. So
Well, with the captain like that, you know.
mhm. All right. So we have our two crews um ready to go.
Just one small point of note.
Okay.
Um, in our securing of the prisoners, I assume that they've got more handcuffs somewhere on the ship that we can use.
Yes.
Okay. Do they have a prison cell? Probably not one that fits like a dozen people.
No.
Oh wow.
Or you probably would have been put into it.
Oh right, that would make sense. Um,
They do
Instead, we
have
were put in the employee break room, which was unfortunate.
they do have crew and troop quarters.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I was most interested in is in all of this securing of the prisoners and getting them moved to wherever we eventually put them, do we also get the power guy surrendered and out of his suit?
Good question. Do you want to go below deck?
Nero can certainly or Nero or Saoirse can ask, where's the other power armor guy?
Who do you want to ask?
Um, the captain, I guess.
Okay. He'll gesture at one of the consoles in front of him and say, "See for yourself."
Well, Nero will look.
She can see pretty quickly make out kind of a what looks like some sort of radar sort of screen that shows the ship you're on. Little blip shows a little friendly blip nearby, and then what she would suspect is the Prudence as a little hostile blip, and she sees a teenier blip that is moving and is almost it looks like it was moving from your blip to the other friendly one and is almost there.
Okay. I wanted that power suit.
Well, you can always take the one off the man you killed below deck.
Has holes in it.
Well, you rather should have thought of that before you put them there.
Yeah, Nero's not gonna play this game. She continues moving him along, or
Okay.
finishes with cuffing him and whatever. That is the end of the conversation for her unless he continues it.
No, he's content to be cuffed and moved around in silence.
Okay. All right. So do we
Saoirse would have, sorry, at some point,
Okay.
Saoirse would have wanted to pop up there and check on things.
Oh yeah, definitely probably even before this conversation. I guess when she comes up, she'd see Nero kind of standing there, not really knowing what to do with so many more prisoners.
Doo-doo.
Question. How are things going?
They surrendered. I didn't
Yes,
have
I heard that part.
I didn't have to kill anyone else.
Oh, very good. Did you find a power suit?
Yeah.
Without holes in it.
I guess we'll have that conversation with the captain now.
Oh, I thought this was gonna be like post or mid conversation.
I don't really know when. The whole timey wimey thing is whenever. If you want Nero to have already had that conversation with him, then that's fine too. She'll look disappointed. It's flying to the other ship.
Hmm. Unfortunate.
Like says, what is this linear time of which you speak?
I don't live my life that way. Why are we role playing it that way?
All right, so does Saoirse have anything to say to that?
To say to linear time or to say to
Oh, sorry,
Power
to
suit.
Nero about the power suit.
no.
Okay.
She's gonna give it a minute. She's decided that she trusts Nero to figure things out.
Then I think at this point, Nero starts basically asks them to show her the handcuffs and to you know what? She just tells them to handcuff themselves. Go get handcuffs and put them on.
Handcuff themselves? Jeez.
Nero and Java are not the people you really want dealing with the prisoners.
So you're sending them below to the main deck to cuff themselves?
Yeah, if that's where the handcuffs are, then she'll run an escort.
I mean, the main place you know there would be handcuffs is on the dead bodies of the soldiers that you killed.
Oh, they didn't have them stored in like cupboards or whatever? Lockers?
No, they did not have them stored in the cupboards.
The cuff cupboard.
Right next to the dinnerware.
That does not seem unusual to Nero, I think.
Like, I mean, what else would you use the cupboards for on a military ship? You could send them to the locker. There may be others stored in there.
Okay.
There's actually like the ship's lock, the main ship's locker, and the airlock is probably we can work it out. But is she sending them there by themselves?
No.
Okay. Check.
I think at this point she pulls him out of the bridge and I mean somehow we need to figure out how to lock them up, cuff them and lock them up so that they can't interfere with us keeping the ship. Does anybody have any ideas for that?
Hmm. I mean, you could just cuff them and tuck them into bed. They've got bunks, right?
I'm not opposed to that. Yeah.
Depending on how you guys are commandeering the ship, you may have some control over the locks.
Cade could help with that. If
We-
you get comms back.
We could vacuum and then fly this ship into the sun.
Vacuum.
Oh my.
Jeez.
Fly this ship into the sun.
Destroy all evidence.
So instead of that,
It's logical.
Nero doesn't
Is that
wanna
before or
kill
after
them.
you blow up the other ship and leave that as evidence?
After.
Okay. I was thinking that at some point we also need to establish communications with the Prudence and you know what? Okay, so while they're far enough away that none of them can kill each other. Oh wow.
Oh.
Ethan, that's something.
That's creepy, man.
I don't do baby dolls.
I don't do baby dolls with like a tennis ball shot at 1,000 miles an hour through the head or something. I'm not sure what that is.
I think Nero will try and get Farouk's help in controlling the ship. Or not controlling the ship. Nero's going to task herself with the soldiers while Sirsha establishes control over the ship. And part of Nero's control of the soldiers is going to be getting Farouk to identify which of the buddies can help Saoirse.
All right, so it tells her that really they would need they're going to need the captain to hand over full control. But then he says as all the crew are looking at each other suspiciously, indicates he'd let you know once the captain's done.
Nero turns to the captain. Turn over control of the ship.
And if I don't,
Then I'll kill you.
he lets out a sigh. How positively predictable.
I'm sorry we're not less boring for you.
He sizes up Nero for a moment.
She kind of cocks her head to the side. It's what I'm good at.
Okay. Is she sincere in making that threat?
She is, but she doesn't want to. You want me to roll something for that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a talk check with charisma.
All right.
Okay. He harumphs as he stares into her eyes. Very well. As long as you'll assure me the safety of all my men who've surrendered, then I will grant you control of the ship.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, what, dear?
I'm not going to kill anyone that doesn't have to die.
That's rather vague.
What do you want me to say?
The the interloper on this ship do so solemnly swear that I will not kill any more of the ship's crew.
That's entirely dependent upon your crew.
Well then fine, add whatever caveat you wish, but
Turn over the ship, and I won't kill anybody that doesn't try to kill me.
suppose that's good
Or
enough.
your friends. Saoirse's just going to keep interjecting.
Or my friends.
Fine. He narrows his eyes just a little bit at her, and then
At Narrow or at Saoirse for interrupting?
no, well, he definitely gave Saoirse a quick glare, but he's definitely looking into Narrow's eyes intently. I think you will keep that. And he reaches over to the control panel, enters some sequence into the thing, and then gestures to Narrow. Come over here and enter your code.
No, make her captain.
Oh,
If he looks bewildered at that, Saoirse's going to have the biggest, like, take that look on her face.
looks over at Saoirse. Makes no difference to me. You'll come on over then. And yeah, he will hand over control of the ship to you.
So,
Solid.
He,
just checking here. Saoirse still
Yes.
looks like I forgot the name you gave her.
Pinky.
No, that
Pinky,
was
yeah.
Nero.
Oh, no, you're right.
Oh.
Susie.
Susie. Saoirse still looks like Susie? Or has she dropped that?
No, I've maintained that to the best of my ability the whole time.
Mm-hmm. You haven't lost any of that yet.
That's fantastic. And Hammer's over there interrogating in the most friendly way.
Yeah.
Carrie's like, I'm not gonna take it personally, guys. Listen. Like bros can be bros, even when work gets in the way.
The Avery's other comments are making me wonder if there isn't an undercurrent of that in Java's demeanor, or if these are totally separated here. Like a subtext of, we don't really have an easy way to keep prisoners, so don't make this difficult for us, or we'll do this the easy way. All right, so with that, you have commandeered the Tabukan frigate. You have captured all of its crew. Farouk does point out the gunner who was also willing to make a move against the Tabukan government. And though he looks nervous, he is prepared to help you in escaping this situation.
While Saoirse is doing ship things, like establishing communication with the Prudence and basically getting into all the systems, and Nero's working on handcuffs with we'll say with Farouk. Nero does want to say a few things. Starting with
To the captain or
to the captain, yeah.
okay.
You guys are on the wrong side. And if there's
The
no
wrong side of what exactly?
there are people in your military who want to use bioweapons and destroy entire worlds.
He raises an eyebrow at that. Oh, really? What sort of bioweapons would do that precisely?
They're just
There are plenty. Sorry, Saoirse's gonna, if Nero looks at her, she's gonna say, I'm so sorry.
no, it isn't. What did Saoirse say though? There are plenty.
Yeah, of
Oh,
bioweapons out there that could destroy things.
yeah, no. Nero nods, and these were creatures,
Creatures,
lobster
eh?
puppies.
He
Sounds a
looks
lot
for
less
a second like
intimidating when you call them lobster puppies now.
yeah. He's like, he looks like he doesn't know whether he's supposed to laugh at that or what. He's like trying to figure out if Nero's being serious.
I
But
first
she's
saw them when
evidently
they were
very
small.
serious.
They looked like puppies and lobsters.
Well, that does sound like a bizarre sort of alien creature. Not like anything I've heard of.
What do you know of the Sons of Glory?
Oh, overblown. That lot wishes to return us to our glory days, which, may have some merit, but
Your glory
what are you?
days to the Sons of Glory is bioweapons.
Shaw.
We took the prudence from them.
From them, you say?
By the way, if anybody wants to stop Nero from giving away everything, please feel free.
So you're saying that you stole the prudence from Sons of Glory? Are you saying they are within the Tabukan military?
Yes.
Interesting.
I don't know how it works. You'd have to talk with the smarter people in my crew.
Well, then, that would certainly make it difficult for you to explain it to me, I see.
It doesn't sound like you really care to have anything explained to you in the first place.
Looks over at Saoirse. Well,
She's
if it were,
looking over the command consoles, by the way.
if this explanation, as you suppose it, were accompanied by any sort of reason or evidence, then perhaps so. But so far, all I've heard is a lot of nattering on about aliens and bioweapons with not a bit of anything to back it up. Of course, I'm sure you can imagine what I might think a bunch of terrorists might say.
Nero nods in agreement with them.
Nero, he's calling us the terrorists.
I know. It's what we look like.
When she says it's what we look like, Saoirse goes, like, curses under her breath because she just called her Nero in front of this guy and did not use Pinky. But she is going to avoid repeating that mistake.
Whoops.
She's going to ask this guy what his name is. Try to change the subject.
Oh man. Once more, we play our dangerous game.
Oh my word.
Yeah, Robert's on point.
Yeah, I knew what voice it was. He started doing that, and all I could think was, some things in here don't react well to bullets.
Oh, I should have. Oh man, I've forgotten about that line.
Pistols. Anyway.
Oh. Yeah, I was trying not to be so like overt about it. I failed.
Okay, babe. What you lack in finesse, you make up for in quality.
Thank you.
Or charm.
Thanks, my dear. Dearie.
Nope.
I need to watch that movie again. It's been a long time since I saw that one.
Nero, Never mind.
I guess I should say we're a bit after our time now. Next time, let's go ahead. mm, um, if we could just quickly before we wrap up here, if you guys know what your next move is going to be, um,
Never know what our next move's gonna be.
well, you've had a few sessions to think about what you were going to do once you took over this ship, so hopefully you have some inkling.
Well,
Last thing you had written down was attacking the third ship in a coordinated attack. Is that what you guys want to go ahead and do?
maybe.
I think we might want to ask Farouk if he thinks there are other people on that third ship. Worth trying to save, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask him that, he would say, I don't know, but I at least imagine that much of the crew would be willing to surrender if you were able to disable the ship and not simply destroy it.
Saoirse immediately thinks of Cade. I think we might be able to pull that off.
To destroy their weapons, at least. May be able to convince them to stand it down. But don't know. They may well try to escape.
Great question. Will they escape?
Me and Hammer can shoot them down. But if we don't have to shoot them, could we get them all together and tell them about the Sons of Glory? This is private, right?
Sure.
Okay.
And you guys can have repressurized the ship and stuff.
Okay, cool. So to expand on that, and I'd really like Ethan's input here too. Do you think it's possible for us to actually, under threat of destruction, of course, or boarding action, get them to agree to a in-person meeting where we can present what evidence we have of the Sons of Glory and potentially convert some of them instead of just taking prisoners?
You're saying the guys we already have, or the folks in the third show?
Both.
Ben, would we be able to transmit stuff to them?
You're talking about like the data?
Yeah. I don't know if we can get the folks in this third ship to, agree for a sit-down meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
with some
wary
good talk rolls.
I'm wary about sending them anything just because we don't want to let out of hand what we have.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
Ultimately, if they wouldn't agree to a sit down, then the option available to them is we blow up their weapons and their drive and do damage to the ship. So it really is a threat of you either come and talk to us, or we have to do this whole ship combat thing.
So maybe we can try and convince them. I guess that didn't hurt. Try and talk to them before we go and combat them.
Yeah. Danielle, Avery, Robert.
I prefer that personally.
We could try.
Look at us trying to avoid killing people
trying to
again.
talk with them.
I just
We
don't
always
feel
have
good
the
about needlessly slaughtering an entire ship full of people.
Yeah, Nero does not either.
Yeah.
She's starting to feel bad about the soldiers that she already killed.
Mm,
Not too bad. They were shooting to try to kill us. And they did shoot at her friends, so
mm.
And they were just trying to defend themselves.
yeah, that's
After they got themselves into a situation that they caused.
Trying to
They,
enforce
they
the
were
law
following
here.
orders.
Dealing with a bunch of terrorists. Can't blame them.
yeah. There's gonna be some conflicts for Nero when she stops thinking of them as those people that were shooting at friends, and that whole "we looked like the terrorists" starts creeping into more of her memories of what she's done.
Yeah.
But for now, yeah, I think
She just needs to remember that Pinky looked like the terrorists.
I
Yeah,
like
true.
that plan for next session. Try and bully a sit down. I guess intimidate a sit down sounds better, although it's the same thing. And if that doesn't work, then go to ship combat. Now, will we give them any terms, any gentleman's terms, like if they don't agree, then we'll let them go back to the ship before we blow them up?
I don't know about that.
We might have to at least.
I'll just say you find it fairly unlikely that they would agree to leave their ship under the circumstances.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming
Good
the
don't
other.
feel about even opening the door to us. Like, well, we brought half your crew onto one ship, and suddenly you own it. Maybe we'll just talk through an airlock.
Yeah.
Well, if that would work, then that seems reasonable. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, we
There's-
could try it.
There's always strap them to their beds and fly their ship into the sun. Fine.
Don't you know? Don't
You
think we
just
want to fly the ship into the sun.
put a center block on the accelerator of their spaceship.
The brake lines, just casual stuff anybody would do, really.
You know, as one does.
All right. Well, I'm about ready to go, y'all.
Yeah.
It's getting kind of late.
Oh, let's
Yeah,
get
we
some
definitely need
favorites.
Sorry, I should have reined this in a little quicker. I was hoping to get a quick. Yeah,
Saw it pop up.
we're gonna go in guns blazing accession, so we can.
Well, does that
Go with
work
that.
for you? Try and parlay, and if not, guns blazing.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's fine. I just meant I was fingers crossed for a quick answer, but I should have known better.
You should
That's
have.
okay.
Sorry, sorry, Robert.
I
right.
understand, man. No worries.
All right, so what do I think? Is it Dex first this time?
I think it is. Not killing anybody else. I enjoyed that. Basically, I think I just enjoyed that there's enough of a reputation that was built up just in this incident that most of them were like, nope, not doing that.
Yeah. Let's see.
You have left Robert out.
Doesn't. Oh, did I? Oh,
Yeah, I was going to
whoops.
mention it.
Sorry, he was not on the last couple.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think that doesn't look right, but I think it's spelled correctly. All right, Ethan.
What is my favorite?
Or we can go ahead and get Robert real quick since he's gotta go. If you need a minute, Ethan.
I've got a quick one.
easy.
Okay, go ahead, Robert.
Oh, just the moment of Java commenting about the prisoners. They're kind of boring. They seem kind of dumb, and Saoirse being like, "Well, they seem to be in good company."
That
Instant
was
fave.
great.
I wish I'd thought to say I was going through a tunnel. It's my only regret. Hmm.
That was a good one. All right. Avery then.
Oh, I think I've got.
Oh, or Ethan? Yeah,
my favorites.
Ethan.
I think how both groups on the two ships had realized we're kind of suffering from success and convincing all these people to surrender.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Avery had the simple solution. Oh my. Just remove all the extra responsibilities in one go.
Good having you
Speaking
back,
of,
Robert.
yeah,
Good
if
to
you
be
need to go
back.
ahead and go, you can pop off.
Yeah,
Sorry
I'm still
to.
trying to reset my bedtime from Eastern time.
Oh
Oof.
yeah.
Yep.
Feel that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry to run us a good bit late there, but
I understand. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, you
good
too.
night, Robert. All right, Avery, what about you?
I guess it'd be our armada is growing. All things going well. We could make out of here with 3 ships if we really try.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Like we have 3 people to pilot the ships.
We established you don't need pilot a ship.
Oh my.
That is quite true.
Nero has pilot 1.
We only technically need to be able to land one of them. I think.
Yeah, that's true.
That is quite true. All right, then. That's for my favorite. Um. I'm trying to think of a funny or clever way to phrase it, but basically the depressurization torture for Farouk. Kind of unintentional, but and certainly better than the alternative. But that ended up being quite an interesting scenario. Trying to continually heal a guy and simultaneously stuff him into a vac suit. While he's constantly passing out or dying.
It was very interesting.
Babe, what about you?
Favorite. I'm trying to think what my favorite would be. probably. I really liked all the role playing opportunities. Everybody doing their part, but like the doing it in character, I guess.
Hmm.
That probably is not specific enough, but
Eh,
I'll take it as a compliment.
there you go.
yeah.
Take the
Your only
compliment
wrong
and
answer.
run.
Listen, I'm not going to force you to choose a particular level of specificity for your favorite. Allowed to be vague.
Thanks.
And
Appreciate
yeah.
the allowance.
That was a good session. I felt like I slowed things down a bit more than necessary. But it seemed like you guys had a good time, so I'll try not to feel too bad about it.
Yeah.
And
We'll have fun.
next time we'll be ready to initiate the parlay. I will
Parlay.
just say, given your potential backup plan, um, if those of you who are so are so minded wouldn't mind, at the very least, checking out the ship combat actions on page 117. I think that's probably the best way to or I guess the briefest way to get an idea of what you guys can do during ship combat. Um, and of course, you're welcome to read the whole section. There's quite a lot more info about space combat. What is it, like 5 pages total? Not a ton, but still maybe a bit more than you'd want to try to digest.
You said
Anyways,
page 117?
yeah, 117 in the reference book is the. Oh, by the way, well, no, this should be in the base PDF too.
It looks
So it
like
should.
the base PDF is $20 now on Drive-Thru RPG.
What was
Yeah,
it
so
before?
Free.
well,
Mm.
so you can get the free edition, which includes most of, well, basically all the stuff that we use. There's some additional content in the full edition. I think most of this, I don't remember exactly what's in what the differences are. I think like the transhuman stuff, space magic, true AIs, I think that's all, and mechs. I think those are all
Yep.
bonus materials.
And those are pretty much the only bonus material.
Yeah. I guess the society generation is also bonus. Oh, and heroic characters, yeah. But yeah, no. So you don't really need anything from the paid version of it. But yeah. So page 117 should detail the ship combat actions, and yeah, I think that's it for our session. Oh, XP.
Oh, yeah. And I'll go ahead and end the stream here.
Yeah, you could do that. 2 XP.
Mhm.